needs for any human is to feel important. And for me, again, I'll repeat it. Getting back to a customer an hour later, 2 days later, or not at all, what do you think that tells them? Right? You've got better things to do. And I want you to think about this, because as leads come in for you, and what do you guys get in an average day? How many leads? 2, 1, 5 sometimes? Yeah, am I close?
5, yeah.
Yeah, so let's say 5. And over the course of the week and the month, the leads just start to stack up, and you get into a routine of you see the lead, it really starts to be a number or be a transaction. And yeah, you're talking to somebody on the other end, but to you, it's just another step in the process of closing loans and earning commissions. But I want you to think about it from the customer's perspective. And for a lot of these ones, unless it's somebody that's doing 30 houses a month already, and I know there's some of you that are making those kinds of deals, but for most of you, you're dealing with people that are just getting into flipping, or they're doing 2 or 3 houses a year. And this might be their gateway into a better life for them. It's their way of getting out from the 9-to-5 job, working for somebody else. It's their way to become self-employed. It's their way to start to provide a better life for their family, because there's good money in this business. So while it might just be another lead to you that's stacked up again in a long line of leads that you're going to receive that day or that week, for them, it's probably the single most important thing they have going on right now. So I want you to think about the leads from that perspective as each one starts to come across your desk, or when you see that the callingly thing pop up and you respond. And I can work, if any of you are interested, by the way, in some of my feedback on the way that you responded to the email request that I sent, I'm more than happy to share that with you guys, because I think as a group, and I'm guilty of it too, we have room to improve on the way that we're communicating, where it's not cryptic and it doesn't feel rushed, where we take that extra 2 minutes to really personalize an email response or a text that we're sending to a customer, or if they're already working with us, to a client. Think about it as the front door test. And this is the way we should all approach a new lead when it comes in. So let's say that we've perfected our lead response plan, and we're getting a hold of every customer within the first 3 minutes. But now I want you to start to think about the way that you address and the way you work with that customer. And I go back to those of us that are married or living with our boyfriend or girlfriend, right? Approach it the same way with the customer, and I call it the front door test. So, you know, Jeff's sitting on the couch right now, like I have this guy. This is me on the couch when my wife comes in. And how do we typically respond? When's the last time, those of you that are married or that live with somebody, when's the last time you heard the front door start to open and you jumped up all excited and you ran to the front door and they came in, oh my God, I'm so happy you're home, right? When's the last time you did that? It's usually one of these, hey, right, how was your day? And that's the typical response, right? We need to be more like the puppy in this picture. Your dog loses their absolute mind. I mean, they hear the car roll into the driveway and they hear the alarm go off and the front door turn. Your dog is just losing their shit, jumping up and down, going crazy, right? And how do we respond to that? We love that. We get excited. Oh my God, something is on, right? What would you do? Again, raise your hand if you're married. What would you do if you came home from work and your wife was standing at the front door jumping up and down, losing her mind?
Probably. I think she's okay.
I know, right? Because it would be such a shock for us. So I'm not saying you need to go home and do that, but just try it for fun tonight. When your significant other comes in the door, if you're the first one home, go be jumping up and down with the dog and going crazy when they come in the door. But that's how we need to think about the way we approach leads. And that's always the difficult part. We were talking about this morning. The difficult part in the way that we approach a customer, especially a fresh lead, is it's hard, especially if it's coming in the middle of the day or the end of the day, or it's a Friday afternoon lead that's coming in. It's been a long week. We're just thinking about going to happy hour with our friends or enjoying the weekend. But find a way to approach each lead like the puppy, right? Be the puppy, not the couch potato, right? Be the puppy, not the spouse. How do we get ourselves excited and show that level of enthusiasm with every lead, especially as you start to get into the second or third month? It's easy when you're brand new, right? Some of you VDRs at this, how many of you this was your first real sales job? Yeah. And you're excited, right? The level of enthusiasm that you have. Where some of us that are more seasoned, I mean, I've been in sales for over 30 years. Some of us that are more seasoned, it's hard to create that level of excitement and enthusiasm when you're dealing with the lead, because we've talked to thousands of people over our career. And the trick is to find a way to have that puppy level of enthusiasm with every new customer that you're working with. And for me, what always works is going back to reminding myself that why it's just another lead to me and another opportunity to earn a commission to that customer, it's probably significantly important. In fact, it's probably the thing that's on the top of their plate that week in level, in terms of level of importance.